Welcome to Transformation Station. I am your host, Auntie Frizzy Lola Bellucci. It's good to see you again. Today, in this part, we will learn how God can transform us to become more like Him. We will continue watching how inventor Fuzzywick's sketches are almost ready to becoming a full-colored robot. I love telling stories. Yes, I do. I love reading stories, don't you? Stories about adventure, woo! Mystery, excitement, yes, yay! Stories. Sometimes when I read a story, I wish that it would be so cool if I could tell a story, my story. Then I remember, I can! I have a story that only I could tell, my story. The truth is, we all have a story. You have a story, your life. It's your story and no one can tell it but you. Sometimes when I think of my story, there are good times and bad times. People did things to me, I did things to people. Sometimes I didn't want anyone to know my story. But then God gave me a new story. One day when I was in my bedroom, I asked Jesus to forgive me of my sin. I wanted to follow Him. I wanted to be the Lord of my life. God came into my life and God forgave me of my sin and He gave me a new story to share. If you chose to follow Jesus, God forgave you of your sin. That's an amazing story. That's the best story ever. And it's the story that no one can tell but you, and you could share it with others. You know, your story is like a flashlight. When you tell others that Jesus forgave you of your sin, you are shining the light so others could have a new story as well. Jesus said, I have come as a light to shine in this dark world so that all who put their trust in me will no longer remain in the dark. You find that in the book of John, chapter 12, verse 46. Let me demonstrate. This is a flashlight and it represents your story. Now I have my Bible with a black cover. Let's see if it actually works. Do you see the light? I don't see a light. Do you see a light? No. What's wrong with it? Let me open up and find out. Well, look at here. Who puts tissue in a flash bulb? I have no idea. Ooh, this dirty tissue, it represents your mistakes, your wrong choices that you made. When Jesus forgives you of your sin, He gets rid of this junk. Ooh, gross. He gets rid of all of your junk. But He doesn't stop there. He then puts power in you. You see, what happens is God the Spirit comes and lives in you. Oh, and that's power. Let me see. Power. The same one who created the universe lives in you. And His power helps you to do what's right and to be able to tell people your story. So let's put the power in this guy. putting the power into your story. Whoop. And then I put the lid on. Hey! Does it work? Yes, it does. It works. Look, a light. It works. Yay! Your light is shining. Isn't that awesome? That is so cool. When the junk goes out, the power goes in, your light will shine. Our memory verse today is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21. For God made Christ, who never sinned, to be the offering for our sin, so that we could be made right with God through Christ. Our main teaching today is when God changes you, you have a new story. Tell others what Jesus has done for you. Boys and girls, when Jesus forgives you of your sin, the Holy Spirit goes into your heart and He gives you the power to do what's right and the power to tell others about your wonderful, amazing story. Have a great day. This is Auntie Frizzy Lola Ballucci signing off.